Okay, welcome to the last video for the midterm review, questions 31 to 33. Okay, we're going to start it off with question 31. It says 3 less than 4 times a number is 17. The thing you need to know is that's really a sentence that tells you something that you can write in math, like an equation. Okay, so it says 3 less than. Less than means to subtract. And say you said you had 3 less than 5. You know the answers too because you do 5 minus 3 in your head. Okay? Well, that's the same thing you would do here. You would do minus 3 from something. So you're going to put minus 3, and we have to figure out what we're going to subtract 3 from. And it says 4 times a number. Okay? That's 4 times, and does it tell us what number it is? No. So since it doesn't tell us a number, you put a variable. And I'm going to put n because it says a number. Okay? And what is 4 times n? It's really 4n. Okay? Then we see the word is. Is means equals. So we're going to put an equals there. And then we have 17. Okay? Which equation could be used to find the number? Well, it should be 4n minus 3 equals 17. Okay, let's look at question number 32. 32 is very similar to the last question we did on the previous video where we had a 3 on the outside. Okay, so we take the number and you can actually do the third root of negative 8. Don't worry about it being a negative because this is an odd number out here, and odd numbers and negatives can be together when it comes to exponents. So you say, what can multiply itself 3 times to get to an 8? And that's a 2. And in order to make it a negative, it needs to be negative 2. So the third root of negative 8 is negative 2. And you can type that in your calculator and you'll get the same thing. Okay? Well then, this is the division sign for exponents. See how it's a small number? It goes with the other small numbers. So you divide it by 3, you divide it by 3, and so you get a to the 15 divided by 3, and b to the 6 divided by 3. And so your final answer will be negative 2, a to the 5th, b to the 2nd. And that's the final answer. And our last and final question says, what is the difference between 3x squared minus 4x minus 5 and 2x squared minus 7x minus 3? Okay, difference is one of those special words that means subtraction. Okay, so we're going to take 3x squared minus 4x minus 5, all of that, and we're going to subtract the 2x squared minus 7x minus 3. Now notice how I put both of these in parentheses, because you want to make sure you're subtracting this whole thing by this whole thing. And it's going to help us with our signs later. Now, ultimately, nothing changes to the first one. The first one just will drop down. No big changes will happen to it. Now, when we were doing it before, the subtraction sign basically has to get subtracted from everything. So if you were subtracting 2x, you would go minus 2x squared. Excuse me for not saying squared earlier. If you were subtracting a negative 7x, subtracting a negative, that's a negative and a negative make a positive 7x. And then a negative and a negative again make a positive 3. Okay? So we look for our like terms. You have 3x squared minus 2x squared. 3 minus 2 is 1x squared. Notice how I did not combine the exponents. Go 2 plus 2 is 4, because we're adding, not, or subtracting, not multiplication. Multiplication is where we add exponents, and this is not that case. Okay? So then I say negative 4x and positive 7 are like terms. Positive 7x. And so negative 4 and positive 7, they are different signs, so we'll subtract, and you go 7 minus 4 is 3. The 7x is positive, that's the bigger number, So this will be positive, and you'll put an X. Okay? And then last but not least, we have negative 5 and positive 3. They are different signs, so we will subtract them. 5 minus 3 is 2, and 5 is the bigger number. It's negative, so this is negative, and this will be the final answer. Thank you for watching my midterm review videos. Please study these, and I hope you do well on the midterm coming up this week. Thank you, and good night.